Hey guys, Mark McMahon here, Mark McMahon Real Estate. How's it going? I hope it's going well. I am so tired of watching the news. It's just insane what's going on. They've got money to loan. They've got money to give. Now they're not going to give the money. Now they're going to loan the money, but they ran out of money, so they can't give the money to us. It's crazy. I found myself getting caught up in it, and it was making me absolutely insane. In fact, a couple of nights of mine were ruined because I was going at it, and then turned out the money ran out, and this and that. Now the bank got back to me today and said, hey, we're going to get money back in next week, it looks like, so let's get going again. I was basing what I was doing on the news, and I decided today to not look at it anymore. And I've been on a news diet for the last 2 years now. Oh, by the way, if you are interested in what I'm saying, please hit the like button and also subscribe. I really appreciate that. I've been on a news diet for about 2 years now, and I'm basically not reading the newspapers. I'm not watching the news. I'm not absorbing. I'm not consuming. I don't really want to know. And it's not because I don't care. It's not because it doesn't matter. It's because it clouds my judgment. And I think you guys understand exactly what I'm saying when I say that. When you look at a bunch of things like that, you get all these conflicting opinions about what's going on, and you start making decisions based on what might happen or even what is happening when it really doesn't affect you that way. So, just for instance, last week we had, well, week before last, we had rent due for April. And everybody I was talking to, all my friends that are also landlords, were talking about how, oh my God, no rent's going to come in. And we're all screwed, basically. Lo and behold, the rent came in. Not all of it, but most of it. Instead of looking at how we could fix the problem or work on it, we were fixated on the problem itself, which didn't actually exist. A lot of times we do that, and if you have rental properties, you were probably doing the same thing, thinking, oh my God, it's not going to come in, and maybe it didn't. Maybe it didn't. I don't know. But I know for most of us, it did come in. Some was a little bit less, but it wasn't quite what you thought it was going to be, I'm sure. I would really advise not watching the news quite as much because it does cloud your judgment. And if you haven't started investing yet, it's another big bummer too when you listen to that, because it's like, oh, I want to pull the trigger, but I got to wait because I don't know what's going to happen next. Or, oh my God, that happened, I better not do it now. You have to look at what it is that's affecting you directly, and not through the news and not through somebody else's story. Now, granted, you can listen to me all day long, and I appreciate that, but ultimately you have to sit down with a piece of paper and write down why it is you're scared and what it is you can do about it. You take the steps that are necessary to make decisions. So for me, with my properties, what I did when I found out all that, I actually did take some steps. I talked to my lenders and said, look guys, don't know if rent's going to be coming in. I might not be able to make my payments. I might only be able to do my property tax, maintenance, property management, the things that actually keep the building running so that my investors' money is safe. And they understood that. I also wrote a letter to all of my tenants, informed them that even though the news is talking a lot about not paying your rent, they still owe the rent. I took these steps before the rent was due. And you know what happened? A lot of people grumbled, and a lot of people said, well, we don't have to pay, but they ended up paying anyway because they got those letters, and we sent them twice. We emailed them to everybody and put them on their doors, or our property manager did. And everybody was informed, and they knew that even though, yes, if they've got a hardship, they don't have to pay it, but if they're still making money or they're getting their unemployment, they do have to pay the rent. And if they don't pay the rent because of a hardship, they still owe the rent. So we informed them, we educated, but that's what we did beforehand. So you have to take your problem and break it down and decide what you can do to fix it and what others can do to help you fix it. So in my case, it was the lenders and my property manager getting those letters out. You have to realize that when you're a landlord, there's always going to be things coming at you, and things are going to happen that are out of your control, or what seems like is out of your control. But when you break it down, almost every single time, it's solvable, it's fixable, it's something that you can actually think about happening before it happens. Like a water heater goes out in the middle of the night. Happens, guys. It happens. It's not like, oh my God. You don't have to react like that. It's like, okay, the water heater went out. This is what we're going to do. I have thought about this. I've written down a plan. I'm going to call the plumber. I'm going to call the tenant. I'm going to get the carpet cleaner guy over there to extract the water out of the floor if it's inside the house. I've got these steps that I've written down so that I don't have to freak out. I know exactly what to do. And there's a lot of this information online. And that's another thing that I'd like to start talking about is what do you do when these things happen? Because I do have stuff written down that we have processes that our property manager has to go through if a tree falls down on a porch or someone gets hurt on our property or someone stops paying their rent. We have procedures, things that have to happen. If you can look at everything that you do in your rental business or your future rental business as a process and not a problem, you will go much further. Guys, honestly, the news is going to keep you from making those smart decisions. That's going to cloud your judgment. You're going to be looking at the news and saying, oh my God, I can't believe what's going on in Russia. That has nothing to do with whether you're going to collect rent or not. It's your decision how you handle what's happening with your property. It's your decision if you haven't bought a property yet as to whether you're going to move forward or not, right? If you don't move forward, is it because the news or something's happening in Bulgaria or Russia or China or because a bunch of people got sick in the United States? Is that going to make you decide not to do it? Guys, there's always going to be a reason not to do these kinds of things, these big, huge decisions. Write it down. Ask yourself, how is this going to affect me directly? Okay, they might not pay rent. Okay, did you talk to the tenants? Or, because I said I did it, can you talk to the tenants? Can you see what's going to happen? There's always going to be something. In every single business, everything you do, there's always going to be roadblocks that come up. Are you going to go around them? Or are you going to just stop? That's the decision you have to make. And if you stop, then there's really, sorry to say, there's really no point in watching these videos anymore, if that's what you're going to do. If you're going to go around those roadblocks and figure out a way to make it happen, and when you get to a roadblock, you know exactly, I take out my piece of paper and go, okay, when I get to a roadblock, I stop, I assess the situation, I look left, I look right, okay, left seems like the good way to go, boom, I'm going to go. Because I've written it down. I know exactly what I'm going to be doing. All right, guys? Please, again, if you really want to get a head start on this, take a look at this video over here. It's going to walk you through how to get a property or how to find your first property. And another thing too is down below I have a list of the steps you have to take to buy your first property. Download that. Start working on it. You guys have time now. That's if you haven't bought a property yet. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, if you liked what you saw, please hit the like button. Please subscribe, and I will see you next Monday. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Hey, guys, check out these 2 videos. They're really going to help you on your investment journey. I'm also on Instagram. Tons of great video content there. Really good stuff. Please subscribe. I'll see you next time.